305 Project. It's our podcast, Kyle.
It's pretty exciting stuff, isn't it, Ryan?
Yep, 305 here. We're talking about the Pro Bowl today, aren't we, Kyle? Isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah, the sad thing that is the
that
NFL
is the
Pro
NFL
Bowl.
Pro Bowl. Yeah. It's gotten to the point where I don't really think any fan is intrigued by the Pro Bowl. I don't think they're ever going to be intrigued by the Pro Bowl.
As far as all-star games go, or any kind of, let's bring in the best players from the league, any kind of event, out of all the professional sports leagues, hands down, the Pro Bowl falls short
Absolutely.
of the NBA, the MLB, and that's the thing. You look at the NFL and you'd say, okay, this is the most popular league in America,
Absolutely.
if not the world,
Absolutely.
next to FIFA and
Could
stuff like
not
that.
agree with you.
And you think, God, you got to put out some kind of product. You are in an environment where you can bring in so many viewers, so many things. And the fact that Roger Goodell and the NFL just absolutely provides this horrible product is mind-boggling to me. How can the NFL of all the leagues produce this kind of event?
The thing that bugs me the most about the Pro Bowl is it does, like, back when they used to be the old format, NFC versus AFC, that did make a lot of sense.
Sure.
And it was played after the season. You had your best players. They were well deserving of the Pro Bowl nominations. And it came to the point where that mattered a lot. Like you see record books like Jerry Rice, 10-time Pro Bowl selection. Or,
of course.
Emmitt Smith, multiple Pro Bowl selection. That was big for their careers.
Absolutely.
That's something they need to be looked on. But now it's like, if I look at when Adrian Peterson retires or like when Peyton Manning retires, you see like multiple Pro Bowl selections, I'm gonna be like, that's okay, that's cool, but like
they're
not
becoming less
cool.
and less valuable.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Pro Bowl selection. You mean that joke of a thing that happened every week before the Super Bowl? Oh yeah, I'll go to that.
Exactly.
Who's gonna watch that on TV? And that's the biggest problem is no one wants to watch it because no one cares about it.
No, I mean here we are talking about
it. We're talking about how much we don't like the Pro Bowl. Yeah, and that does spring up a lot of controversy because why are you gonna have a game that no one cares about and risk athletes' injuries?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. And football's a little bit different than other sports. You have to take that in consideration. It's not like baseball or in the hockey All-Star game. The NHL, it's a little. People take it easy, because they realize we're not here to get people injured. This is just for fun. This is just for viewers. It's a little bit of a different thing. But in the NFL, the amount of injuries that occur and it's just not plausible to.
And it kind of contradicts the whole player safety thing that Roger Goodell speaks so much about. And it really doesn't make sense. It really just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
In Roger Goodell's defense, he's done everything he could to make it more intriguing. He's done everything he could to keep it safe, but also exciting at the same time. But I really don't think in the great world of American football that those two exist, exciting and safe. I really just don't think they do.
Absolutely not. And you have to think about this too. The NFL and football in general. There's 22 guys on the field at once here. Yeah. So you look at that and you go, well, you can't really do individual skills competitions. The NBA does the slam dunk competition and the NHL does their skills competition. You can't really do that with the NFL.
Well, that's one of the bigger points that I wanted to point out was, what if you do something like that in the NFL? What if you get rid of the Pro Bowl and instead you have like a week-long like NFL experience where you get the best athletes that were chosen and have them compete in different drills. Like, I would love to see an Odell Beckham versus, I don't know, like Calvin Johnson one-hand catch competition. You know what I mean?
That.
Like, I would love to see something like that. Or
I do like that.
Or like different obstacle courses that quarterbacks have to go through, and the best time wins.
Who wouldn't like to see Peyton Manning go through an agility competition?
Absolutely.
I mean, I would pay to watch that.
Yeah, and that's I think the direction the NFL should go in is instead of a game where no one's going to care about, no one's going to really play. Like you see the defensive linemen, they're just touching that. Like they're not even care. Like it just doesn't matter. But if you mix it up to the point where they have, I don't know, different mini games or different obstacles and by position, like best athlete wins, that would be exciting.
Well, what do you do though? The question is, what do you do for? Offensive line and defensive line. Those guys where so much of their position is centered around physical abuse.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you bring them into the game? That's the question. Or not even the game, just the competition.
Well, I mean, that would be the part that stumps me when it comes to this whole, like, redoing the professional NFL Combine Pro Bowl into that would be how do you incorporate the big men in the trenches? I really can't see a 300-pound offensive lineman running an obstacle course. Although that would be a lot of fun to watch, I just can't see it.
You'd throw Peyton Manning in there with those guys.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's about the same skill level.
Or maybe, you could have, like, I don't know, like a science impacted hit type thing. Who hits the hardest or something like that. Or, some sort of crazy... I can imagine the NFL would get some creative people to think of something.
Oh, and that's not our job to come up with that.
No.
We're just supposed to sit here and bash it and talk about it.
But
that's our job.
But I would love maybe they have like I don't know like a defensive lineman like weightlifting competition. Who can bench the most or something like that.
Well, those guys do competitions like that all the time amongst their own team.
Bring
that on a national
scale. But if you want to get money out of it,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why not broadcast it?
I think that's great.
Yeah, and make it something that's big for the NFL to look at. And I would love to see the Pro Bowl game just go. Maybe you have like I don't know like a one game at the end of the week where you have like it's like a college football like sudden death type thing, like a little competition maybe, kind of like you have the All-Star game in basketball. But in my opinion, I think you should just get rid of the Pro Bowl, get rid of the whole Hawaii thing. Yeah. And the way you prepare for Super Week is you incorporate like each night you have like your star-studded football, people going to the Pro Bowl and competing in different obstacle courses, different mini games, challenges. That would be really exciting as a fan to watch. I would love to see.
And you can make that incredibly accessible to fans. You can get people walking around. Yeah. The amount of money you can generate from selling merchandise.
I would watch that as a fan way more than I watch just a dumb game on a Sunday afternoon that no one cares about. Like I would watch that.
Yeah, even from like you're saying, not even from a television viewing perspective, but from going to the game. Who wants to go sit in a stadium and watch this game? Sure, there's a bunch of
you're paying a lot of money to go to the game. Like
exactly, make it a fan experience.
So the way I think we're in agreement is that. Why not like a little like park outside where the Super Bowl is being held, like right outside Levi Stadium this year? You have like a little tunnel where you broadcast all of your, I don't know, NFL mini games and NFL. That's your Pro Bowl. You get the best athletes and you let them showcase their talents. Let them showcase how good of an athlete they actually are.
Absolutely,
that'd be really cool to watch.
I think that's a great idea, and that definitely lets people show off their talent and their skill more than the Pro Bowl, because the current Pro Bowl setup with the actual game format, because people aren't really taking it all that seriously. Are you really watching these players at their best when they're playing in the Pro Bowl?
No,
absolutely not.
And then you can't make the argument that they were the best in the NFL that year. Why not just if you want to showcase the best talent, just I don't know, let them actually do what they want to do, and that's have fun. Catch one-handed or
exactly.
How many interceptions can you get? Like. Who can catch the most out of a bullet? Speech. It's just there's a way
let
to
Richard
change
Sherman back up what he says in an obstacle course.
Let him actually get some credibility and say I am the best corner because I was able to catch 5 interceptions in 10 seconds. Like there's a way to do that, and that's the way I would change it. So
I think we're together on that, and I think you really just need to center it around the players. You need to center it around their skill.
It's not the game. It's the athleticism of the players. Showcase that
exactly. That's what's special about these guys. Show that off. People always talk about, specifically with the NBA. People are always saying, "Oh, let's just get a 3-on-3 going." Let's get LeBron James and Kevin Durant and Paul George on the same team and have them go against another group and just ball out, and that's what people want to see.
So put that in the NFL.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Let the NFL be the first league to take that step.
I
think the fans would jump on that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you do it you do it the week before the Super Bowl. That way, and you do it in the same city as the Super Bowl, where it attracts more attention to the big game in 2 weeks. That's the way I would do it. And you spread it out over a week, and you kind of watch the athletes go to work. That's what I would do, and I think that'd be the best way to do it.
And something else I think we can bring up is the fact that you've got Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin in this, fantasy draft
the whole
format
picking
they
the
have
team.
now. What they're trying to do, I like how they're trying to involve these NFL legends. I like that idea, and I think that's a smart thing. But bring that to this skills competition thing. Try to bring some guys back.
Right.
Let the veterans and the Hall of Famers go after each other.
If you're going to include the veterans, why not have them, I don't know, play with them?
Yeah, play some flag football or something.
Suit up and
like the Celebrity All-Star game or Celebrity Softball game kind of thing.
Imagine a flag football game and an NFL Oh my God.
I think that'd be so fun.
That'd be a blast. I would love to see Jerry Rice go up and catch a ball over Richard Sherman.
Wouldn't it be great? And I know Brett Favre would be all over this.
Brett Favre.
He's been contemplating coming back, so this is a great opportunity for maybe need to.
So if you're gonna, that'd be the way I'd change it, and I feel like that would be really successful. I feel like fans would love that.
Yeah, and they really can't do anything more wrong that they've done already.
No, they really can't. I think
why
you're at a
not
low
take
point.
a chance here, try something else out, and let these athletes truly showcase their athleticism and their skill. Don't have people bailing out because they don't want to get hurt, and don't let people play 50% in a football game because
No.
no one likes that in the first place, much less when you bring out, Calvin Johnson and those kind of guys to just, play 50%. That's no fun to watch.
You see, I mean, I'm looking at this roster right now on Michael Irvin's team, and Devonta Freeman's the team captain. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. He's picked over, like, why do you even have a team captain? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Like, right now the Pro Bowl is such a joke, and they're hurting in viewership. They have to be.
Oh, yeah. And all the big names that people want to see aren't going to play.
Yeah. What is it? Carolina Panthers have, like, 8 selected to the Pro Bowl, and they can't go because they're playing in the Super Bowl, which totally makes sense. That's another reason why you need to change it. Like, the Pro Bowl doesn't highlight the best players in the NFL anymore. Like, it really just doesn't.
No. They're highlighted on that list of people that were selected and did not participate.
Yeah, and it's like...
What does that mean?
And then there's people that like to drop out because they don't want to go, because they don't want to, like, risk their injury. Then you have other guys that are promoted. So it just really doesn't make any sense. Like,
no. And from a player's... how can you not respect that decision to not want to participate in this when so much of your career is based on health? I mean, for any kind of professional athlete, you don't want to risk getting hurt in a meaningless game.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that is just... That's not worth it whatsoever in a league that is so ultra competitive, and there's so many new guys coming in and out.
Yeah,
and
I'm looking at the quarterbacks on Jerry Rice's team, and I'm like, Eli Manning, Derek Carr, like, there's got to be better quarterbacks out there that
you would
want
think
to play than Cam Newton and Peyton Manning. Like,
yeah,
where is Tom Brady? Where is
Ben Roethlisberger?
Where is Ben Roethlisberger?
Yep.
Where is I don't know, like Matt Stafford or Blake Bortles?
Really anyone other than
hands off to Derek Carr and Eli Manning. They're great quarterbacks, but at the same time, I don't think they're the better quarterbacks you could have chosen from. Like, it really doesn't make any sense.
Do they belong in an all-star style game? No.
No, they don't.
As long as Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, those guys are in the
league.
Like those should
where's
be the
Aaron
people
Rodgers?
in the all-star game.
It really is just it's become an unfortunate event that the NFL puts on that it's a very bad, like, blemish on the NFL.
It really is.
Well, there's a lot of blemishes on the NFL, but
No
this is a pretty bad one
That's
that we're going to talk about.
It's just adding to the list.
And I think, like we said, there are ways you can change it. Like, I mean, how awesome would it be to see, like, a kick returner go through, like, 100-yard obstacle course so you can get there the fastest, you know what I mean? Like,
it could be fantastic.
That would be kind of like a slalom course on the
that'd be
gridiron.
Can you imagine Devin Hester in his
prime?
going through
Devin Hester
something
comes
like that?
back. He goes against, I don't know, like Tyler Lockett.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Tyler Lockett, or I don't know, who's the other good kick return in the NFL? It's pretty good.
I mean, I come from a Broncos fan perspective, so I sit here and look at Trenton Holiday and the joke that was. So I like to shy away from kick returning, and so I'll let guys just take a knee in the end zone.
I had to deal with Kyle Williams a couple years ago as a 49er fan. That was rough. Kyle Williams was never welcome back in the city of San Francisco ever again. So there we go. That's the NFL Pro Bowl for you.
Some good griping, I'd say.
For our Journalism 305 class, I guess that's all we got to talk about today.
That's all we got. That sums it up for you in about 13 minutes or so.
There we go. All right, folks. Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. Thank you.